Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. This is a PSA that you have until this Thursday, May 15th, until 9 a.m. Eastern Time to open the Chase Sapphire Preferred card to get your 100K point welcome bonus. So if you are in the market for a new credit card, you're somebody who travels, or if you're somebody who's like, hey, I'm gonna be spending a few $1,000s over the next 3 months anyway, like that's just the money that I spend, then this welcome offer through Chase Sapphire Preferred is worth considering. And you have a very limited time to take advantage. So again, through this Thursday, May 15th, 2025, until 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I recently put up a review video for this card because I have this card myself. Unfortunately, when I opened it, I did not get this bonus because the last time that this was offered was back in 2021. So I don't know when it will come back. But in that video, I obviously shared my opinions on things and I went into detail on some of the perks with this card, but I'm not able to cover everything. So in this video, I'm gonna focus on more of the perks that you get with this card, kind of just cover the basics, cover the facts. And I also want to share some comments from my video of people talking about this card. You can literally go back and look at the comments on that video and see that people love this card, but I'm going to share them here. And I'll also talk about eligibility. So let me know if you have any questions, but otherwise I highly recommend you take advantage of this if you're in the market for a new card and you travel whatsoever, if you just want some extra cash back. So the current offer, let's say you apply for this card and you get approved. In order to receive the 100,000 point welcome bonus, you have to spend $5,000 in 3 months. So that breaks down to about $1,667 per month for 3 months in order for you to get the bonus. So if that sounds feasible to you, then there you go. Now the 100,000 points that you earn from the bonus, you can redeem those points in different ways. It's very flexible. So one way is through cash. So 100,000 bonus points is equivalent to $1,000 cash. So you don't even have to book travel. You can just redeem it for cash, deposit to your bank account, or if you wanted to, you could get a statement credit and just apply it to the credit card itself, and that's equivalent to $1,000. However, if you decide to book travel through Chase, it has to be through the Chase travel portal. Your 100,000 points is equivalent to $1,250. This can be on flights, this can be on hotels, car rentals, you get the idea. Now, you can take it a step further and transfer your points to their partners. I'll put up some on the screen. You can see Chase's travel partners. There's some airlines, there's some hotels, and your 100,000 points can be equivalent to $2,000, sometimes even more than that. This card does have an annual fee, so something to be aware of. It has a $95 annual fee that is not waived in the first year. You will have to pay it within about a month or so of the card opening. But we're gonna talk about that more and why I think the $95 is still worth it. And a couple of other important things that I wanna call out about this card and even their travel portal. So there are no blackout dates. That's one thing. There's no dates in the year that are like, hey, you can't redeem your points for this travel because of whatever reason. That doesn't exist here. With this card, there is no foreign transaction fee, so you can travel internationally, use this card, and don't have to worry about fees. And your points do not expire, so you don't have to worry about them going anywhere. They will be there when you're ready to use them. I'm gonna continue giving more detail on this card, but if you are interested from hearing somebody else, you wanna hear from a credit card rewards expert, and you want this all in written format, things are organized, you can see the ins, the outs, the details, then definitely check out Forbes Advisor, who is the partner of today's video. If you go to the first link in my description box, you're going to be taken to an article on Forbes Advisor, and this is specifically going to be a review of Chase Sapphire Preferred, and it's going to cover all of the details. So you'll see a nice little summary at the top. You'll have the pros, you'll have the cons, you'll see the details about the welcome bonus, the annual fee. It'll tell you what your credit score needs to be in order to qualify for this, the APR, and then as you scroll down, you're gonna see a breakdown of everything you need to know about this credit card. They even have a table in the article that gives a breakdown of the rewards potential that you can earn with this card. So by spending X amount in travel, this is how much you can get in points. By spending this much in dining, this is how much you can get in points. And they total that all together. So it's a great way to see what's possible for you and how you spend your money. And then they also go into detail about how to maximize your rewards. Now, I am absolutely somebody who loves optimizing my rewards, but it's not necessarily something I'm an expert at. Like, I don't know all of the ins and outs with travel cards and getting points through different partners and all of those things. So this is where you want to look, because they break down their different airline partners, you break down the hotel partners, and you will see how much further your points can go with those partners or other ways that you can redeem your rewards to optimize that bonus and all the other points that you're going to earn from your spend anyway. So huge thank you to Forbes Advisor for partnering with me for this video, and also for putting that article together. If you want a different opinion and to see more of the detail, definitely check out that link. It's going to be the first one in my description box. Now, very quickly, I want to read some comments that I got on my last video from people who have this card. I didn't pay them to say this or anything like that. Of course, these are genuine comments on that video. So first one mentions, I have this card. I recently got married and we're planning a trip to Sweden and Greece. Our flights and hotels will mostly be covered from our points alone. I have this card and absolutely love it. Yes, this is my fave card. They gave me 20K. I signed up for this card last month. That 100K welcome bonus was too good to pass up. The last time it was this high was 4 years ago. I also got these couple of comments. There are some other perks that I don't remember if you mentioned, like the $50 hotel credit for booking through Chase each year, the 10% annual bonus, DoorDash membership. There was a response that I did not go into detail on the car rental insurance, and that is what I want to talk about right now. So aside from the 100K welcome bonus, you're going to get 5x points when you book travel through Chase, 5x points with Lyft, 3x points on dining, streaming services, as well as online grocery purchases, 2x points on travel in general, so outside of the Chase travel portal, 2x points, 1x on everything else. You can also get referrals with this card, so you can send your link to family, friends, and you get a bonus, and they can also take advantage of this bonus or whatever the bonus may be at the time. And then, like those comments said, you also get a $50 hotel credit on an annual basis. You get a 10% anniversary points boost. So this is kind of fun. It's like a little bonus every year that you have this card. So you'll earn bonus points equal to 10% of your total purchases made the previous year. And this is kind of like earning, so instead of 5x on Chase Travel, it's going to be 5.1. Or if you have streaming services that you're paying for, instead of 3x, it's going to be 3.1. So for example, if you spend $10,000 in the year on your anniversary or a little bit after that, you're going to get an extra 1,000 bonus points, which is kind of nice. This next one can be big for a lot of people, those who pay for delivery through DoorDash. So they offer a DoorDash Dash Pass subscription. You get this complimentary. A membership for both DoorDash and Caviar. This unlocks $0 delivery fees and lower service fees on eligible orders for a minimum of 1 year. So that may be a huge perk right there for a lot of people. And then that comment that responded to the initial comment, they talked about the auto rental coverage, which I barely mentioned, the travel protection that this card offers. So I'm going to read a couple of these in more detail because these are pretty significant. So starting with that auto rental coverage, you can decline the rental company's collision insurance and charge the entire rental cost to your card, because you're going to get coverage through this card, up to $60,000 for theft and collision damage for most rental vehicles with an MSRP of $125,000 or less. That's pretty significant. So you don't have to get additional coverage when you're renting a car. Pay with your Chase card, you have protection. Lost luggage reimbursement. This provides reimbursement up to $3,000 per covered traveler for the cost to repair or replace checked or carry-on baggage that is lost, damaged, or stolen during a covered trip. Trip cancellation and interruption insurance. If your trip is canceled or cut short by sickness, severe weather, or other covered situations, you can be reimbursed up to $10,000 per covered traveler and $20,000 per trip for your prepaid, non-refundable travel expenses, including passenger fares, tours, and hotels. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I book flights, anything like that, I do not get any cancellation protection. So if you cancel, then you're out of luck. You don't get a refund. But with this, you're protected. Baggage delay insurance reimburses you up to $100 a day for up to 5 days for essential purchases like toiletries and clothing when baggage is delayed over 6 hours. That's awesome. They also offer trip delay reimbursement, travel and emergency assistance, roadside assistance, and travel accident insurance. So there is even more than those that I just read. And all of this is a huge benefit for those who travel, just in and of itself. So here's why I think just about everybody should take advantage of this offer. Now, of course, I want you to be a responsible credit card user. That is a given. If you are not planning on spending $5,000, I don't want you to open this card just to get the bonus, okay? I don't want you to just buy random things to get an extra 1,000, you know? But if you just watched all this, you checked out the Forbes Advisor article, you did some research, and you're like, I'm gonna be spending 5,000 over the next 3 months anyway. A reminder, that's 1,667 per month. So if that covers your groceries, your bills, whatever it is that you pay for, or maybe you have a trip that you're booking anyway, so you're like, oh, I'm easily gonna spend that in 3 months. So you're gonna get your 100K point bonus, right? You will have to pay your $95 annual fee, but you will be able to get that $50 hotel credit, and then you have your points that are worth $1,250 when you book travel through Chase. And then if you decide after a year of having this card, you take advantage of the bonus, you spend that bonus, you book some travel, get some travel covered, and you're like, hey, I don't think this card is worth it, I'm not really using it too often, I don't really want to pay the $95 annual fee, then you have the option to upgrade. You could either upgrade to the Chase Sapphire Reserved card, or you could downgrade to one of the Chase Freedom cards, and there's a couple of options there. Or you can close the card if you want to. So you got all your points, and then you're like, hey, this isn't for me, and you can choose one of those 3 options. And very briefly, I do want to mention some eligibility requirements because this is important before applying for a credit card. Now with this card, it is best to have a good to excellent credit score. And then with Chase specifically, they have something known as the 524 rule, where if you've opened 5 or more personal credit cards across any issuers within the past 24 months, you'll automatically be denied for Chase credit cards. So something to be aware of, if over the last 24 months, you have opened 5 different credit cards, Chase or any other bank, then you probably will not get approved for this card. So just be aware of that. I wanted to call that out. So there you go. This is your last call. This offer ends Thursday, May 15th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you're interested, check out the link below for more details.